Hello everyone.
Hello, Miss.
Hello, Miss.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss.
Okay. Do you remember the previous topic?
Yes.
What was it?
About longitudes and
and
latitudes.
Very good. It was about latitudes and longitudes, yes?
Yes.
It was about latitudes and longitudes. We have seen each and everything about latitudes and longitudes, but we have some points to talk about traveling in time before calculating the time. That means the local time. I will show you on how to calculate the local time. But before that, let's revise the previous topic. Yes. Is there anyone to tell me what latitude is and parallel? Anyone to tell me what latitude and parallel is? Huh? Anyone?
Latitudes are angular distances measured north and south of the equator in degrees.
Yeah, latitudes are angular distances measured north and south of the equator in degrees, yes? So they measure the distance between parallels. Parallels are lines or imaginary lines drawn from east to west or west to east, or they make circle on globe and they are horizontally what? Straight on maps, yes?
Yes.
So parallels are imaginary lines and the angular distances are latitudes. And we said we have 180 parallels, lines of latitude, and of them, 5 of them are important and they are given with a special name because they determine the type of climate, yes? What are the 5 important parallels or lines of latitude? Matta Samia, are you there?
Yes.
Could you tell me what the 5 latitudes are or lines of latitudes are? Okay, to save time, they are the equator at 0, Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degrees north, Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south, Tropic of, Arctic Circle, north, 66.5, and Antarctic Circle, 66.5 north, south.
South.
We have 3 zones of latitude, low latitude, middle latitude, semi.
Yes, Miss.
There is a disturbing voice around you. Please stop it.
Okay, Miss.
And also, there are other voices disturbing us, and try to be away from those disturbing voices, please. So the latitude zones are low latitudes, middle latitudes, and high latitudes. Low latitudes are the tropical climatic zones. Middle latitudes are the temperate zones, and high latitudes are the polar or frigid zones. And we have said about longitudes and meridians. Longitudes are angular distances, and meridians are imaginary lines drawn from North Pole to South Pole, making a semicircle. Yes. So the angular distance is what? Longitude. It measures the east-west distance, yes? And meridian is the line. And we have, or the Earth measures 300 degrees. and each 360 degree, and each 180 measures to the east and west of the prime meridian and international baseline, and it is at 180 degree. That is the halfway. And the time, or the calculation of time based on the longitude, is at 0 degree, the prime meridian. You say the Greenwich meridian because it passes through the Greenwich Observatory in London, yes? So based on longitude, so taking the longitude lines, we calculate time. We have time that is in GMT and local mean time. GMT refers for okay. So the topic is the time. And in calculating time, we have two types of calculating time. The one is the standard, the international, that is what? GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. The other is local mean time. Local mean time. To calculate local mean time, we need to have this rotation of the Earth. The rotation of the Earth, let's say this rotation of the Earth, we know that it takes 1 day. Yes, 1 day or 24 hours. That is for one rotation. One rotation needs how much hours? 24 hours. This rotation, that means the rotation of the Earth on its own axis takes 24 hours or 1 day. One rotation, that means 360 degrees of the Earth is covered in 24 hours. Therefore, to calculate the local mean time, we need to know the part of the Earth or the sphere of the Earth covered in an hour. If 360 degree is covered in 24 hours, to calculate the part of the Earth covered in rotation in an hour, then how much part of the Earth is covered in an hour? This is how to calculate. Yes, simply crisscross. Yes, we divide 360 degree by 24 hours. Yes, then it's going to be how much? It is 15 what? Degree. Yeah, 15 degree. In each 15 degree, that means each 15 degree needs an hour to be covered in rotation. Yes, 15 degree of the Earth needs an hour, yes, to pass on the face of the Sun during rotation. Therefore, it means 1 hour is for how much? 15 degrees. And we can proceed to the minutes, yes? 1 hour is how much? 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, yes? 60 minutes. Then we can calculate the part of the Earth covered in minutes. Therefore, 1 degree, for 1 degree, we can calculate it. 1 degree is for how much? This is to divide 60 degree for 15, yes? I mean 60 minutes divided by 15.
50.
It's going to be how much? 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
That means in each 4 minutes, 1 degree of the Sun passes on the face of the Sun. Therefore, if places have a 15 degree difference, the time difference between them is how much? An hour, yes? Then if places are located in 1 degree longitude difference, the time difference they have is how much? 4 minutes. Is it clear now?
Yes.
For example,
Yes.
if X if a place named X is located at 1 degree and Y is located at 2, they have a time difference, and that time difference is 4 minutes. Or if they are located at GMT 0 and the other at 15 degree east, then they have a time difference of an hour. Therefore, the degree difference is 15. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, this is the way we calculate. But to calculate the time and the degree difference, we use techniques. But don't get confused with the mathematical equivalent and the rotational equivalent, okay? In mathematical equivalent, mathematically, 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. Okay, this is the mathematical equivalent. And 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. This is mathematically, but here we say in rotation, 1 degree of the Earth in rotation needs 4 minutes. Yes, it's not equivalent to, okay? It's not mathematical equivalent. 1 degree needs 4 minutes, and an hour, for an hour, 15 degree. Clear? So this one is the mathematical equivalent. So in calculating time and longitude difference, we use both. Let's see example. Okay? Is it clear first before taking example? Clear?
Yes.
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 Let's see example. Example. Let us say there are 2 countries, 2 actually cities. Number 1, that is London. London, geographically located at 0 degree, that is at prime meridian, yes? That means in GMT. And the other city is New York in America, New York. And New York is located at 74 degree west. Now, to calculate the degree difference and time difference, we use steps. For example, the step is London is at GMT and New York is 74 degree west, to the west of London or to the west of the prime meridian. Now, London is not west or east, yes? 0 degree or the prime meridian is not east and west. It's the midpoint there, yes?
Yes.
Now let's find the longitudinal difference. Longitudinal difference. The longitudinal difference between London and New York. If places or the given ones are in opposite direction, to know the longitude difference, you add them. For longitudinal difference, for similar is to subtract. For opposite is to add. Then this time we add, it is at 0, it's not east or west. Therefore, longitudinal difference is equal to 0 degree plus 74 degree. Then the degree difference is how, the longitudinal difference between London and New York is, or the
74 degree.
or
74 degree.
Now we have the longitude difference. Then we see the time difference. Once you get the longitudinal difference, they are at 0 and 70 degree west, yes? Then we get the longitudinal difference of 74. Now let's see the time difference. Time difference between these two places. Time difference is equal to the longitudinal difference, the longitudinal
15 degree.
difference over 15 degree. 15 degree is what? The part of the Earth covered in an hour, yes? Therefore, you take this 15. Then the longitudinal difference we get between London and New York is 74.
74
Therefore,
degree.
74 degree divided by 15 degree. Then you get the time difference, not the time. Yes, the time difference between these two places. Then you get first how much? 74 for 15.
4 hours.
4 times, yes, first 4 times. 4 times 15 is 60, yes? Yes, 16 degree, but we have 74 degree. 74 degree minus 60 degree, we have how much? 14 more, yes, 14 degree. If it was 15, it was an hour. But here is 14 degree, yes? Then to get the minutes, it's less than an hour. Then this 14 degree has to be multiplied by how much? How much? Multiplied by 4
4
minutes, because each one degree needs 4 minutes, yes? Isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it clear? Is there anyone
Yes.
confused with this step? Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Therefore, let's multiply this 14 degree by 4 minutes, because 1 degree of the Earth in rotation needs 4 minutes. If 1 degree needs 4 minutes in rotation, how about for this 14 degree? Then we multiply, yes? Isn't it? It
Yes.
is. Therefore, 14 degree times how much? 4
4 minutes.
minutes.
4
It's
minutes.
going to be how much? 56 what?
minutes.
6.
Minutes. Yes? Therefore, the time difference between London and New York is how much? Here, don't forget,
4
we have
hours
4
and
hours,
56
yes?
minutes.
Yes.
Exactly 4 hours and 56
56
minutes. This is the way we calculate. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Any question before giving you one question? No? Okay, do this question. Then assume a place that is named by X. The location of, or the longitudinal location of X is at 15 degree west. And there is another place named by Y, and that is located at 45 degree east. So find the longitudinal difference and the time difference. Don't forget opposite, that is clue. For clue, opposite direction, opposite hemisphere is to be added or subtracted? Add, yes?
Added.
Add the degree. Yeah. For similar, you
Subtract.
subtract, yes?
Subtract.
Use this and calculate the time difference, and first the longitudinal difference, then the time difference, and tell me the answer.
4 hours.
How did you get? Wait. Let others calculate. Are you done?
No.
No. No.
Okay. Okay, I'll wait.
What does it say after find long?
Okay. Is there anyone who is done?
Yes.
Done? How many?
4 hours.
Semi. I heard this. Who are you? The one told me first.
Robusta.
Who? Yovista?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anyone who got the answer? Yes. Okay. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. So the answer for this question is 4 hours, and the longitudinal difference is 60 degrees. Let us see. Longitudinal difference. Longitudinal difference. We have opposite direction, yes? That is 15 degree west plus how much? For y, it is 45 degree east. We add them because they are in opposite hemispheres. Therefore, we add them and we get 60 degree. That is the longitudinal difference. Once you get the longitudinal difference, you proceed with the time difference. Unless you get the longitudinal difference, you cannot get the time difference. But if you have the time difference, you can also calculate the longitudinal difference. So the time difference between these two places is to divide or to multiply this time. Dividing the longitudinal difference 60 degree by 15. Yes? Isn't it?
Yes.
15 degree. Then degree by degree is to be done hour, yes? It is 4 hours. That means place X located at 15 degree west, and the location of Y at 45 east. They have a time difference of 4 hours. That means if the time for X is 1 a.m. Then the time for y is how much? You add 5. Yes, I mean you add 4. Yes,
Yes.
plus
Yes.
4 hours.
Yes.
Is not the time, but the time difference is 4. Therefore, the time at y is equal to how much?
5 a.m. 5 a.m.
5 a.m. Yes,
Yes.
is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. Very
Yes.
clear. Miss,
This is question for you to practice it at home. For you to practice it at home as a homework. Do this.
how did you get 4
There
hours?
is a place, Assur, named by M, and that is located at 30° east, and the other place is named by S, and that is located at 105° east. Then find what? The longitudinal difference and time difference. This is for you to practice it at home, okay? Now we have some time and we proceed to a very brief topic. A very brief topic that is about the language of Africa. Very briefly, we see the language of Africa and the most spoken ones, and also the super language. The super language spoken in Africa. So major language families spoken in Africa. Language is a method of human communication, either in spoken and or written form. And it uses words, and the words are in a conventional and structural way. And we said here, a method of human communication. Why? It's only human beings who have what? Languages. Other beings or other this animals, they have a way of communication, but that way of communication is not language. Yes, but it is only human having this language. And the person who specializes in language studies is called linguist. And linguistics is the science, the scientific study of language, or the meaning, the context, and so on of the language is studied by linguistics. And the person who specializes in it is called linguist. When we come to the language of Africa, in Africa, we have about 2,000 spoken languages. The language spoken by the people of Africa are also this 2,000. Actually, it's about, not exactly, it's about grouped into 4. We have about 2,000 spoken language. Oh, don't forget, only 20% of this African language have a written form. 80% of it have no written form. They are only in spoken form. For example, if you take Amharic, it's spoken and also written, yes? Spoken and written.
Yes.
When you take some other language spoken in Ethiopia, they have no written form. They are only spoken. So language can be spoken and written. And these 2,000 spoken languages of Africa are grouped into 4 super languages or language families. Niger Congo, the Afro-Asiatic, the Nilo-Saharan, and the Khoisan. Niger Congo, Afro-Asiatic, Nilo-Saharan, and Khoisan. The first one is Niger Congo. Niger Congo is Africa's largest language. Africa's largest language in terms of what? Number one, it's in geographic area. It covers the largest part of Africa, and also the largest by the number of speakers in Africa. And also it's the largest by the number of distinct languages. By the number of distinct language, Niger-Congo is the largest in the world. But it is by the largest in Africa by this three criterion. Number one, geographic area. It covers largest part of Africa. It has many speakers, and also the distinct language or the number of languages under it are many. Therefore, it is the largest and the first. But in a world level, by the number of languages it has is the first. By these three criteria, it's the first in Africa. Is it clear?
Yes.
Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes.
No?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So when you see the super language of the world, we use different criteria. If you take number of speakers of a super language, you take the Austronesian super language as a first. If you take number of languages it has, you take Niger-Congo as a first. Am I clear? If you take also the area covered in the world, you take the Sino-Tibetan first. So we have different criteria, but for Africa level, by geographic area, number of speakers, and by the number of languages it has, Niger-Congo is the first. And Niger-Congo superfamily speakers are found in Western Africa, most parts of West Africa, like Ghana, Nigeria, Benin, and so, and Central Africa like Chad, then Eastern Africa, countries of this East Africa like Ethiopia, Tanzania, Kenya, and so, and Southern Africa. So Western, Central, Eastern, and Southern Africa have speakers of the language of Niger, Congo. Focus on these places where the speakers of the Niger Congo are found: Western, Central, Eastern, and Southern Africa. And the number of languages which are under this family are 1,514. It's not the number of speakers, but it is the number of languages that belong to the Niger Congo. And of the sub-branch, the major ones are the Atlantic, Mande, Dogon, Kordofonian, Gijoid, Benue Congo, Adamawa, Ubangi are the sub-branch. There are also many languages under the subdivisions. This Atlantic, Mande, Dogon, and the Kordofonian are subdivisions, and under it, then there are many languages. So these are the sub-families, and it is the most spread across sub-Saharan Africa. Sub-Saharan means what? Matasabia. Avi, are you there? Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, are you listening?
Yes.
Okay. Sub-Saharan means what?
Countries
Sub-Saharan.
Part of Sahara.
Yes,
A part of Sahara.
sub-Saharan. Is it within the Sahara Desert or
above the Sahara Desert.
above or below the Sahara Desert?
Within the Sahara Desert.
Below, yes? Yes, countries which are beyond or below the Sahara Desert. So it's the most spread across the Sahara Desert. You can see the places here: Western, Central, Eastern, and Southern Africa, where the speakers of the Niger Congo are located. Did I say Northern Africa? Did I? I didn't, yes? Because the Sahara Desert is in North Africa, yes? So countries which are located south of the Sahara have these speakers, and these places are Western, Central, Eastern, and Southern Africa. We don't have Northern. Therefore, it is the most spread across the sub-Saharan Africa, or it means south of the Sahara Desert, not within the Sahara. And when you come to the number of speakers, it is about 300 to 400 million. In Africa, the speakers are in between 300 and 400 million. The second super language in Africa is Afro-Asiatic. As you can understand from the name Afro in Asia, Afro-Asiatic, it is in two continents, Africa and Asia, yes? So the speakers of the Afro-Asiatic are mostly located in Africa and Asia. Therefore, it's also called Afro-Asian. Afro-Asian. And the older name of the Afro-Asiatic is Hamito-Semitic. Hamito-Semitic. It's not the current name, it's the older name. Currently, it is called Afro-Asiatic or Afro-Asian. Then Afro-Asiatic is the second super language in Africa and the largest in North Africa. So the speakers of the Afro-Asiatic are mostly concentrated in the northern part of Africa. That means in the Sahara Desert. Below the Sahara Desert, we have speakers of this. Mainly, it's not only, but mainly the Niger Congo. But within the Sahara, there are countries of the Sahara, about 12, and these people speak the families of the Afro-Asiatic. And the sub-branch of the Afro-Asiatic are
Semitic,
Omotic,
Cushitic,
Berber, and
Chadic.
Okay. You know that the Semitic, Omotic, Cushitic are the language groups for the language of Ethiopia. For example, for the Semitic, we have many speakers in Omotic too, in Cushitic. Cushitic, you can take Afan Oromo or Oromifa. Then Semitic, we have Tigray, Guraginya or Amharic. Then for Omotic, most languages of the southern Ethiopia. So this language or the sub groups of the Afro-Asiatic dominates the speakers of the Ethiopian, or most Ethiopians speak either of the language families of this Afro-Asiatic. Am I clear?
Yes.
Any question?
No.
Okay. Afro-Asiatic language speakers are found in northern, I said it earlier, it dominates northern part. Also, there are people
Horn of Africa.
this language in central part, northeastern, and the Horn of
Africa.
Horn of Africa, and northeast of Africa, central part of Africa, and northern part of Africa.
Northern parts of Africa.
Most dominantly, the speakers are found in northern part of Africa. You can take this Arabic. Yes, most North African countries speak the Arabic languages. Yes, and this Arabic is part of the Afro-Asiatic. Yes. And the total number of the speakers of the
Yes.
Afroasiatic in Africa is in between 200 and 300 million. 200 and 300 million. Christian or Christina, there is a voice disturbing us. Okay, let's proceed our discussion. The number of speakers is in between 200 million and 300 million. So it is the second super language in Africa. The number of speakers given is for those who live in Africa only, okay? It has many speakers outside Africa. The numbers given are for speakers living in Africa only. The third is Nilo-Saharan. The Nilo-Saharan languages are proposed families of the African language spoken by 35 million people. There is a vast difference between this Nilo-Saharan and the former Afroasiatic, and also it's very vast between Nilo-Saharan and the Niger-Congo. Niger-Congo is about 400 million, yes? And this one is 35 million. The number of languages or the diverse spoken language under the Nilo-Saharan is only 204. For the Niger-Congo, 1,500, yes? 1,514. This one, 204. Of the subgroups or subfamilies of the Nilo-Saharan, the major ones are Chari Nile, Songhai, the Saharan, Maban, Koman, and Far. Chari Nile, Songhai, Saharan, Maban, Koman, and Far. These are the super, okay, the subfamilies, and they have many languages under each of them. Under Chari Nile, we have many, and under Songhai, we have many, okay? And totally, we have 104, and they belong to the Nilo-Saharan. Then the Nilo-Saharan language families, the speakers of this Nilo-Saharan cover the areas or they're found in East Africa, around Lake Victoria, and in West Africa, in some parts of, okay? When I say West Africa, I mentioned West Africa many times, yes? It means that in some parts of West Africa, we have the Niger-Congo speakers, and other parts and countries, we have the Nilo-Sahara, okay? So when I mention these parts of Africa once or twice, don't take it as a mistake, but it is right. Some parts of the West Africa, they have the Niger-Congo, and others have Nilo-Saharan. When you see here, the speakers of the Nilo-Saharan, they found in Algeria. Algeria, Benin, Burkina Faso, Central African Republic, Chad, Democratic Republic of Congo, and also Ethiopia, Eritrea, Kenya, Ethiopia, and Gambia, and Venezuela. We have the speakers of the Nilo-Saharan, yes? Anuak, Berta, Sinasha, Mao, Kobo, they are people who speak the language of the Nilo-Saharan. Okay?
Okay.
Sudan too. Yeah, Sudan, Tanzania, and Uganda, they have. And that's not, okay. Yeah, you will get the note on your Telegram, okay?
Okay.
And the last
Okay.
That's landing no ልታረጉ ነው?
ሊጀምር ነው።
የተቀረጸ ስለሆነ ይቅርብን። ጸጥ በሉ።